MAF pilots use airplanes like this one to fly doctors, missionaries, pastors, Bibles, food, supplies, medical patients, and other people who need help, so they can get to their destinations safely and quickly. They aren't just pilots, they're missionaries who share Jesus' love with the people they fly and meet along the way. Our family is getting ready to move to Central Asia to serve as missionaries with MAF. I want to invite you to use your imaginations this morning while we experience a flight with Jesse, our MAF pilot. Imagine that we're not inside a sanctuary right now. We're inside an airplane. It looks like this. And we're not in Idaho right now. We're in a remote part of Central Asia. We're waiting for our pilot to take us on a journey with him. And I think our pilot is just about ready to go.
Good morning, passengers. This is your pilot speaking. Today we're going to go on a few short flights around the country. I just need to check the airplane out real quick and make sure everything is working properly. I need to flip the switches, test electronics, turn the knobs to test the radio, and look for any problems with the engine. Our first stop is to drop off a missionary. She is going to help some people in an isolated village. Missionary, please come aboard. Okay, I think we're about ready to go. I have some final preparations I need to make. You can listen to me on the radio as we take off. Tower, this is Kodiak, November 630, Sierra Foxtrot. Holding short runway 12, request clearance for takeoff. Okay, we just got our clearance for takeoff. Here we go. I'm going to add full power and pull back on the yoke to take off. All right, we just took off and we're flying to the north. You can see out the window the propeller of the airplane is spinning fast. That's what keeps us flying. You can also see the high, snowy mountains in this area. Because of the mountains, it can be impossible for the people to travel from place to place. They can't just hop in the car and drive to the doctor, school, or church. The road would be way too difficult and way too dangerous. And the car would have to drive through way too much snow. So it's a good thing we were able to bring this missionary to the village. Without our airplane, she would not be able to do her work. All right, I think I see the airstrip up ahead. I just have a few final preparations to make before landing. We're getting closer. Okay, here we are at the missionary's village. That was a fun flight. Goodbye, missionary. Thanks so much. Hope you have a good time here. Do you see those girls up there? That missionary is going to be helping those girls. She'll be teaching them not only to read and to write, but also about the good news of Jesus. Do you know the story of Jesus being born to Mary and Joseph on Christmas? Or of God saving Noah from the flood? Those girls have never heard those stories. When a missionary visits villages like this one, they can tell the people about Jesus and how he saves us from our sins by his death and resurrection. A missionary can tell people how God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Okay, our next stop is to drop off some food at a village that needs some. Parts of the year it can be very difficult to get enough food to eat in many parts of the country. By flying food to them, we can help them stay healthy and strong. Okay, we're going to take off again to our next stop and deliver this food. All right, here we go. Again, you can see those high mountains out the window. Imagine if you had to try to walk over those mountains to get food or to the hospital. It would take weeks. But we can fly here in a matter of minutes. I think I even see the airstrip up ahead already. I'll make my final preparations one more time to land and make my final call to the tower. Tower, this is November 630 Sierra Foxtrot, request clearance to land. All right, we're cleared to land, and we're landed. Great. This is the second stop of the day. If you and I are hungry, we can go to the grocery store or to a restaurant or ask someone for some food. But these people don't have any stores or restaurants nearby them. So they've asked us to bring boxes of fruit, vegetables, nuts, and rice so they can survive. By providing for these people, we're showing them the love of Christ that tells us to show by feeding others and the poor and the hungry. Now I have a final question for you. How do you think those boys will get the food to the village? All right, we've dropped off the food, and we have one final stop. This morning we got a radio call that there's a family who needs to go to the doctor. They've been very sick, and there's not a doctor nearby. We'll pick them up and take them to the hospital so that they can get some medicine. Psalms 34:19 says, The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to their rescue each time. I'm so glad that God has come to their rescue. Let's get our patients and go back home. Medical patient, come aboard, please. The picture you see here are people being seen by a doctor so that they can be healed and feel better. Without us flying them and the doctors giving them medicine, these people would have even harder lives. I'll make one final call to the tower so that we can land. Tower, this is Kodiak, November 630 Sierra Foxtrot, request clearance to land. Okay, there's our runway, and we're back home. Thanks so much for flying with me today. Thank you.